Hey there friends, it's Maya, registered dietitian, helping people change their health by changing how they think. I want to show you this simple formula. So I had a client and she went on Whole30 last year and she just did a Whole30 for 30 days to kind of clean up her diet, and came to me in January and was so frustrated because she tried to implement the Whole30, and last year she had great success with it, felt better, more energy, better sleep, and lost some weight. And tried to implement the same thing this year and was struggling, was really frustrated because she just couldn't get herself to do it, couldn't find the time, couldn't plan properly, fill in the blank as to why, but it changed. And there is certainly frustration because our brain, being a record of the past, goes back and say, what's the matter with me? Like, I did that, why can't I just do it now? So the perceived problem, right, was that, like, what's the matter with me? What do I need to figure out now? Why isn't it not working? Because it worked before. So there's a missing piece to this to understand what the real problem is, which leads us to the real solution. And that's understanding our resistance. Resistance is a very, very important concept in the work of changing your health by changing how you think, because resistance guides your next steps. Resistance guides your actions. In order for us to make permanent, sustainable, long-lasting change in our life, the actions we take must match our resistant level. For example, when I teach stepping stones and habit change, if someone wants to say start going to bed earlier or get more sleep, if someone's going to bed at midnight and we say, okay, let's go to bed at 9 p.m. every night, that's ridiculous, right? That's such a big jump. But resistance says, like, what's that next right move I can do for the rest of my life with little to no resistance? That's the right action step, but without that resistance. So play with me for a second here. Let's take the sleep example. If I said, okay, so you go to bed at midnight, we want to take that right action step that matches my resistance level. And I say to you, okay, let's start going to bed at 11:55, 5:5. You're like, yeah, of course, no problem. Got that. How about 11:50, 50? Yep. 11:45. Yeah, I could do that. 11:35. Yeah, I could do that too. That's good. Half hour, I should be able to do that, right? Do you see that there was resistance is I don't live in your mind, heart, and body, so I don't know your own resistance. I only know, what's healthy, but I don't know necessarily what your resistance is and where that next right step is for you. Only you do. And so what happened there was to say, yeah, I can do 55, 50, 45. Yeah, I got that. And when I said 35, I was like, there's this little part in my brain that was like, just say yes, you should be able to do that. Just, yeah, you need to do this anyway, just do it, right? And that little voice overrode our own resistance level. I had resistance to 11:35. I didn't have any resistance to 11:45. So our resistance has to match our action. Our resistance has to match our action. Where is my resistance? It has to match my action. No, in this example, right? Action was Whole30. Last year, no resistance to Whole30. This year, high resistance to Whole30. It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with you. It's fine. It's just my resistance level has changed. That's the real problem. The real problem is not that you're not capable or strong enough or any of those things. It's not that you're fully capable. It's just my resistance has changed. And there's no judgment to that. Which opens up this equation and understanding to bring you greater peace and less frustration and overwhelm in your life. When you understand this formula, then it's going to be easier to take actions and stay on the path longer. Understanding where is my resistance, and that resistance must match my action. I have to have the right intention behind the action, right? If I'm trying to lose weight because I don't feel like I'm good enough, or I'm not happy where I am, so I just need to hurry up and lose this weight, that's a conditional action, right? When I take this action, then I will be happy. So the closer we can get to an unconditional intention, the more sustainable the action becomes. So when we have right intention with an action that matches my resistance, and last but not least, the expectation of outcome also matches, now we are in business. If I'm working on getting a baseline, here's my action. I'm totally cool with it, I'm ready to do it. If my action is getting a baseline on how much protein do I eat in a day, right? I do that with a lot of clients. It's how many carbs do I eat in a day? I have no idea, right? I have no idea. It's just getting a baseline. We want to make sure that the expectation of the outcome of this action isn't, I expect to lose 20 pounds in the next 2 weeks by tracking my protein. That's not going to happen, right? My expectation of outcome is that I'm learning, is that I'm getting data and gathering data to get a baseline. That's the right expectation of outcome, right? There's, I call them big needle movers and little needle movers on this journey. So none of it is wrong, right? And getting frustrated with yourself that you're not ready for a larger action step will slow down your journey. So sometimes we have to, this is the missing piece right here, and oftentimes the real problem. Sometimes instead of picking the action, let's first take a look at where's my resistance. What action matches my current level of resistance that I am willing to do right now? Helpful to have right intention, and make sure that the expectation of outcome for this action is also in total alignment. Then, my friend, you are in total business, and you have the very next right move for you on your journey.